Hey, Sana here, and welcome to the Twin Diary. I had you guys ask me a bunch of questions on Instagram, so that's what this video is, Ask Sana, and I'll be answering all the questions that I got on Instagram, or not all, but as many as I can. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And if you're not following my Instagram, I'm gonna put it somewhere on the screen, and you can follow me. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, and do yourself a favor, join the Twin Gang. So the first question is, are you still working night shifts, and how do you manage that with school? I am still working night shifts, and the way that I manage that with school is because they're 8-hour shifts. It's not like when I was at the hospital, it was 12-hour shifts. It's a lot easier, and I'm also able to study while I'm at work. And if I have a test coming up, I'm either gonna work one day that weekend or not at all. I at least usually work one shift a week. Like, I usually don't not work any shifts, but I definitely wouldn't work like 2 shifts before a test unless I'm like very prepared, but I've never done that. I usually will stick to working 2 shifts if I don't have a test. So that's how I manage that, but I also am able to study while I'm at work. So like recently y'all saw, like if I was at work, I was studying, and it's a lot easier because it's night shifts, so it's a lot slower. If I was working day shifts, I would have never been able to do that. Allison Ayla, I think that's what it is, asks, did you move in with your boyfriend? No, I did not move in with my boyfriend, and I'm not moving in with my boyfriend. You know, let's have a ring on my finger. Like, I go to his house, his apartment a lot because, like, I don't know, just do. Because I do live at home with my mom, and I'm probably not gonna move out until I'm either engaged or, I don't know, I've saved enough money, I feel like, to move out. I do want to do that sooner rather than later though. XOX_AA asks, how do you feel about studying with a group versus yourself in nursing school? Love you too. I like studying with the group because I feel like sometimes people can point out things that you might not have noticed, and they can ask you questions. And if they ask me a question and I'm like, I take the time to break it down and explain it, I feel like it helps me understand it more. Like before my last exam, I was studying with Marissa, and y'all seen her like on my Instagram story and all that stuff, and she asked me something about like biofeedback or whatever, and I swear it like stuck so well because when I took the time to explain biofeedback, for some reason it just stuck. Like, I was just like, oh, that day that I explained it to Marissa, I explained it this way, and it's like I literally remember exactly what I said. So it's like I can tell you what biofeedback is. Like, if I would know how to say it, I would know how to explain it, I could point it out. Like, I don't know, it just like, it sticks better. I feel like if you can explain it, then you know you got it. Also, I kind of like to study by myself a lot too, because I get really focused and I don't have to worry about like having distractions. I think sometimes it's hard studying in like a big group when you really, okay, I don't like to study with study group if I haven't gotten a chance to study anything on my own. So if I go into study group and I haven't read the chapters, I haven't actually got to look at the blueprint or the review on my own, I feel like I'm kind of going in and not really going to get anything accomplished because I can't answer questions, ask questions if I don't even know the material. I would like to start off studying by myself, and then like before a test, go study with a study group, because I feel like it's more, I don't know, it works out better that way for me. But both are beneficial. Some people, like my aunt, she likes to study by herself, and that's really good too. But I also just feel like there's so many benefits with studying with a study group. My nose itches. DC Embry Ismail. She asks, do you plan to go further in nursing career in your education? 100%. Like, I feel like I'm probably gonna be in school till I'm almost 30. And that's fine. Because I really want to get my nurse practitioner. So I really want to be a nurse practitioner. I really want to do it with peds, and I thought about FNP, but I don't know if I want to like specialize in and do NNP. Like, I know in order to do a really specialized program like that, you have to work in that field for, I want to say, 2 years. So I don't know, I guess I'll see like as I start working and as I go through school what I end up doing, but I definitely want to get my nurse practitioner. So yes, I definitely plan on furthering my nursing career in my education. Another question she asks is, do you keep your classwork and books from prior classes and semesters as a refresher? Yes, I would 100% recommend that you keep your books. You keep all your notes. My sister kept all her notes and it's beneficial for me. I've actually taken stuff out of her old binders and put them in my I keep burping and it's the wine. I've taken stuff out of her old binders and I put it in my binder to help me, and it's been very beneficial. And I also been looking back at my notes, like when I was studying for the HESI, I kind of looked back on my old notes. Not really, because it's just, you really don't even know how to study for the HESI, so it's kind of just like, you just look at everything you can look at, or I did as many questions as I possibly could, and that's how I studied. But it's always beneficial, because by the time you get to the end of the program and you do have to take the NCLEX and the exit HESI, if you keep those notes, you can go back and look at it. And that's why I'm definitely keeping every single review I make, because that's probably going to be the one thing that I go back and look at before I sit for my NCLEX. MK Adams said, how are you so sexy? I went to school with her and I love her and I miss you and I hope you're doing amazing in your teaching profession. I bet she's like an awesome teacher. I know you are. Patisha asks, what made you guys want to be nurses? P.S. I love you guys. I'll have Shauna also answer questions as well. She's going to do like Ask Shauna, and then we're probably going to do another one together. But what made me want to be a nurse is, honestly, when I was in college, I kept going back and forth with it, because still to this day, I'm still really interested in psychology. Like, I really wanted to be a psychiatrist or a therapist, whether it be like marriage counseling or child psychologist. Like, I was really, really into it. I did not like how the master's program, though, was. I felt like it was like a lot of papers, and I don't know, it was so different than I expected it to be. But at my school, they didn't start talking about that until you're like junior, senior year, and by that point, I was like, I'm almost done. Why am I going to change it now? Also, when I did get my CNA license and actually started working in the field, I'm so happy that I actually did that, because I feel like that's what gave me the motivation to continue and do the rest of the prereqs that I needed to actually go into nursing school. Because as soon as I got on the floor and actually felt like I was making a difference, and like hearing the patients tell me that I like brighten their day and that they're so grateful for me and blah blah blah, and like feeling like I'm actually making a difference in somebody else's life, that is like the most satisfying feeling. So I felt like that was God telling me, like, this is what you're supposed to do. Even though it's been a long journey, it was meant for you. So I don't know, I feel like that God pretty much told me this is what you were supposed to do, and I prayed about it as well. So if you feel like this is what you want to do, pray about if you're religious, I would pray about it. But if you know like this is what you want to do, it doesn't matter how hard it is. If this is what you're supposed to do, no matter how long it takes you to get there, no matter how hard it is, how many tears you shed, you will get there, and it'll all be worth it, because this is your path and where you're supposed to be. That's what I firmly believe. And Farah 5451 asks, so how did you and your sister decide to go to nursing school? And that's pretty much like the same question that I like just answered. Like, it was just, I just knew, like, God told me this is what I was supposed to do. So I looked up everything that I need to know to get into nursing school, started studying, signed up for the classes, took those classes, applied, and that's how I got where I am now. Noami Wab from Brazil said to say hello for her and that she loves the videos. Hi! Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Tracy Black, I believe that's what, TRCYBLKE. She says Starbucks dupes. So I pretty much get like the same kind of drinks as Starbucks. My favorite holiday drink is half white chocolate mocha, half gingerbread, and with almond milk, hot. I'll drink it iced too. I love it. The caramel macchiato with almond milk. Oh wait, dupes, do you mean like how to make it at home? I don't know. I usually buy, I can't remember the brand, but there's like a iced or like a cold, already pre-made coffee that I usually bring in the morning with me. Like, I'll pour it in my cup and bring it with me to school, because I don't have the money or the time to be stopping at Starbucks every single day. But it is a test day ritual for me to get Starbucks before test day. Brittany asks, where do you see yourselves in the next 5 years? I see myself either finishing my nurse practitioner degree or license, or in the program itself. And I'm hoping by then I'll also start my own business. Yeah, that's where I see myself. Like I want to be, I don't want to be, I don't know, I just don't want to be in one single path. Like I want to have a lot of other things going for myself. Like I really want to start my own business. So I'm hoping in the next 5 years I can do that, as well as I already have my BSN and be in my nurse practitioner program, or be almost done or graduated, something like that. And hopefully married as well. If someone doesn't, and Kimberly_R asks, if someone doesn't have their prereqs, do you think it's best to get their LPN or RN first? Either way, for either program, you're gonna have to have prerequisites, but it's just a matter of which prerequisites you're gonna have to have. LPN, you'll have to have fewer, but it's better for you to get in, because if you have more, because it makes you more competitive and you get more points towards your application. So either way, for either program, you're gonna need prereqs, but LPN requires less. But I would just say go ahead and take your prereqs, and then, I mean, apply to both. And if you don't get into one but you get into the other, then so be it. Rita XO asks, what are your favorite things to do for self-care? I love, like, Sundays, I love to, like, do a self-care day where I want to, like, watch movies, deep condition my hair, do a facial, exfoliate, shave. Like, Sundays are usually days where I want to do self-care. I like doing it on Saturdays too, but Saturdays are sometimes the days where I'm busy and actually doing stuff, whether it's going on a date, studying, and doing other things. So I like to do that stuff on Sunday, and I like make a day out of it, and then I'll just chill and lounge around in, like, sweatpants and stuff like that while I'm doing that. Frida XO also said, how do you balance your work schedule with studying and gymming? I don't know, like, everything kind of works around each other. I'm not gonna lie though, the second 8 weeks, the gym kind of fell to the back burner, so I'm hoping this next semester that I'm gonna do my best to not let that happen. Like, I really wanted to keep it up like I did the first 8 weeks, because sitting around and being in school all day, it's like you're not proactive at all, and I just was, like, eating too much for the fact that I literally wasn't doing anything but sitting around all day. So I don't want to do that again this next semester. So yeah, that's pretty much all the questions. If I'm forgetting some, I'm going to do another one with my sister, and then she's also going to do one. I'm sure she's going to have you guys on Instagram ask questions, so just follow us and it'll be somewhere on the screen. So you can ask us more questions, or we always do surveys kind of thing, or polls, and then, like, to ask questions and stuff like that, because we want to know what you guys want to see, what you guys like, what you don't want to see. So yeah, so subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and watch out for our next video. It'll be one coming soon. We're gonna try to put out as many videos as we can while we're on break, just to, like, catch up, because we feel bad for not having any videos out for you guys, because school just, like, swallowed us whole. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Sana, not Shana. Subscribe and thrive.